What if the country you were born in isn't the country you're meant to live in? Right now, at this very moment, 7 countries are actively looking for Malaysians. Not tourists, not visitors, residents. People they want to stay, work, raise families, and build lives, with pathways to permanent residency that most Malaysians have never even heard of. And before you think this is some scammy move abroad video, I want you to hear this. Germany, a G7 economic superpower, just launched a program where you don't need a job offer. You don't need to speak German. You just need a degree and the willingness to go. We'll get to Germany, and I promise, that one will genuinely stop you. But we're doing this countdown style, from surprisingly easy to completely shocking. If you've ever sat in federal highway traffic, opened your electricity bill, looked at KL property prices, and thought, there has to be more than this, stay until the end. Because something on this list was made for exactly where you are right now. But wait. Before we begin, please subscribe to ensure that you never miss out on any of my essential stuff. Comment, I subscribe, below, and I will personally welcome you to our community. With that said, let's get started. Most Malaysians hear Georgia and think of the American state. But there's another Georgia, sitting between Russia and Turkey, nestled in the Caucasus Mountains, and it might be the most underrated relocation destination on the planet right now. Here's the number that matters. The cost of living in Georgia is 61% lower than in urban Malaysia, according to Numbio's 2024 database. That means the lifestyle you're currently grinding 12 hours a day to maintain in KL? You could replicate it and improve it for roughly RM200 a month. Total. Food, rent, transport, everything. Farid knows this feeling. He's 34, a graphic designer from Cheras, and in 2022, his landlord raised his rent for the 3rd time in 4 years. Not a crazy amount. Just enough to tip the scale. He started Googling. 3 months later, he was sitting in a furnished apartment in Tbilisi, the Georgian capital, paying RM900 per month, looking at the Caucasus Mountains from his balcony, and working for the same Malaysian clients he always had. The first week I kept waiting for something to go wrong, he told me. Nothing went wrong. Georgia has what's called a small business status, a flat 1% tax rate for freelancers, remote workers, and digital entrepreneurs. Not 1% off. Just 1%. That's it. And Malaysians don't need a visa to enter. You can arrive, stay 365 days, and apply for residency from inside the country. Easy entry. Low cost. Stunning scenery. Tax rates that'll make your accountant cry. But here's the honest truth. Georgia is the beginner option on this list. The next country. They'll pay for your actual expertise. Portugal almost disappeared from this list. In 2024, the Portuguese government reviewed, and nearly cancelled, the digital Nomad visa program due to housing pressure in Lisbon. They didn't cancel it, but they tightened it. And that gap between nearly cancelled and still open is exactly where you need to move fast. The D8 digital Nomad visa requires proof of remote income, roughly €3,040 per month, which is approximately RM14,500. That sounds like a lot. But here's where it gets interesting. Portugal operates under what was called the non-habitual resident tax regime, a structure that gives qualifying foreign income professionals a flat 20% tax rate for 10 years. For Malaysians working remotely for international clients, this is extraordinary. You're not changing jobs. You're not taking a pay cut. You're just filing taxes in a friendlier country. Suraya is 41. She's an accountant from Penang, the kind of person who triple-checks spreadsheets and never makes impulsive decisions. When her company went fully remote in 2021, she started thinking. Really thinking. She applied for Portugal's D8 6 weeks before a policy review deadline. Made it through. Her 2 kids are now enrolled in Portuguese public school, which, by the way, is free, and her monthly costs dropped by nearly 40% compared to her Penang lifestyle. People ask if I miss Malaysia, she says. I miss the food. I visit every year. But I don't miss the stress. Portugal is ranked number 7 in the Global Peace Index 2024. It has universal public health care, Atlantic coastline, 300 days of sun a year. And the paperwork, while serious, is manageable, especially with a qualified immigration consultant. But Portugal has one thing it can't offer. And country number 5 can. I know what you're thinking. Albania. Give me 60 seconds. Albania is an EU candidate country, meaning it's in the formal process of joining the European Union. Property is cheap. The Adriatic coast is genuinely stunning. And the cost of living? We're talking €300 to €500 a month for a full, comfortable life in Tirana, the capital. Hazwan is 29. IT support tech from Seremban. When his friend sent him a photo from a Tirana rooftop cafe, mountains in the background, espresso on the table, receipt showing RM 4.50, he almost didn't believe it was real. I googled Albanian scams for 2 hours, he told me. I couldn't find any about expats. Only the usual stuff. He moved in late 2023. His electricity bill last month was RM. Here's the immigration angle that matters for Malaysians. Albania and Malaysia have a bilateral agreement that allows Malaysian passport holders to enter visa-free for 90 days. From inside the country, you can transition to a temporary residency permit, and Albania's approval rate for remote worker applications was over 78% in 2023, according to the Albanian Immigration Directorate. That means you land, you stay, you apply, and there's a very strong chance you get approved. Now, Albania isn't perfect. Internet infrastructure is improving but inconsistent in rural areas. Healthcare is basic by European standards. And EU membership is still pending, meaning the legal landscape will shift as accession progresses. But if you want the cheapest entry point into European residency with the highest approval odds, Albania is genuinely hard to beat right now. But country number 4 isn't just cheap. It's building a system specifically designed to pull you in. Hungary just did something unusual for a European country. In 2023, they introduced the White Card, a residency program specifically designed to attract skilled non-EU workers. And unlike many EU countries that target highly specific industries, Hungary's White Card covers a wide range of qualifications: engineering, healthcare, IT, finance, and more. Here's what makes this different. The processing time is 30 days. In European immigration terms, that is fast. Remarkably fast. Dr. Priya is 38. She's a Malaysian dentist, trained at University Malaya, registered with the Malaysian Dental Council. She applied for Hungary's White Card in early 2024. Approved in 28 days. She now earns in euros, works in a private dental clinic in Budapest, and sends money home to her parents in Ipoh every month. I always thought European medical registration would take years, she said. Hungary made it surprisingly human. Hungary's economy grew at 4.9% in 2023 according to the World Bank, one of the stronger performances in Central Europe, and the government has tied aggressive talent recruitment directly to that growth strategy. They need skilled people. They're building systems to get them. Budapest, for context, is one of the most beautiful cities in Europe. Thermal baths, ruin bars, architecture that looks like it was designed by someone who believed buildings should feel like art. Cost of living is about 35% lower than Western Europe. And the White Card puts you on a track toward permanent EU residency. But country number 3 has something Hungary doesn't, and if you have a family, this changes the entire calculation. Malta is 316 square kilometers. That's smaller than Kuala Lumpur. It sits in the Mediterranean between Sicily and North Africa, and it is, without exaggeration, one of the most strategically placed islands on Earth. It's inside the EU. The official language is English, Real, natural, conversational English, not just administrative English. The sun shines 300 days a year. And Malta's Nomad residence permit is specifically designed for remote workers who want to bring their families. Marcus is 44. His wife Jess is 42. They're from Subang, 2 kids, aged 9 and 12, both in Malaysian National School. When the family started seriously researching options in 2022, they kept running into the same wall. Most Nomad visas were designed for single people or couples, not families. Malta was different. They applied together. Both approved. The kids are enrolled in an English medium school. And Marcus, who works in project management for an Australian firm, hasn't changed a single client. "We thought Europe meant cold and expensive," Marcus said. "Malta broke every assumption we had." Malta's Nomad permit requires a minimum monthly income of €2,700 gross, which, for a dual-income Malaysian household where both partners work remotely, is increasingly achievable. The permit is renewable, and it puts the family on a long-term residency track within the EU. Applications from Asians increased by 34% in 2023 according to the Malta Residency Agency. That number is rising. The one caution: Malta is small. Property prices, particularly in Valletta and Slima, have risen significantly with expat demand. But venture 20 minutes inland, to towns like Rabat or Medina, and the affordability changes completely. Small island. Big life. Family approved. But country number 2? Country number 2 is the one that will make you question everything you've ever believed about Japan. Japan was, for decades, the country that didn't want you. Historically closed, culturally insular, legally complex, Japan's immigration policy was studied in political science courses as a case study in how not to address demographic decline. And then something: Japan's working-age population dropped by 1.3 million people between 2020 and 2023, according to the Japanese Ministry of Internal Affairs 2024 report. That's not a trend. That's a crisis. And in response, Japan did something it has almost never done in its modern history. It opened the door. In March 2024, Japan launched a digital Nomad visa, a 6-month renewable residency permit for remote workers earning a minimum of 10 million yen per year. That's approximately Rm 285,000 annually. A threshold that sounds high, but which covers senior tech workers, professionals in finance, consulting, and engineering, and anyone earning in USD or AUD. There's also the specified skilled worker pathway for trades, hospitality, agriculture, and elder care, with lower income requirements and high demand from Japanese employers. Aslan is 36. UX designer from Shah Alam. He applied in March 2024, just weeks after the visa launched. Approved in 6 weeks. He now works from Osaka. "I thought Japan was for Japanese people," he told me. "I genuinely thought that. Turns out they need us more than we knew." Imagine designing interfaces from a Kyoto co-working space. Cycling to a convenience store at midnight for RM3 sushi. Cherry blossoms in April. No honking. Streets so clean you feel guilty dropping a receipt. Japan is real. Japan is achievable. But there is a serious warning here. Japan's immigration application process is unforgiving. One wrong document, one inconsistency between your tax records and your income declaration, and you can be flagged for re-evaluation. Some applicants have been locked out of reapplying for up to 5 years due to documentation errors. If you're serious about Japan, use a certified immigration lawyer, and do not try to DIY the paperwork unless you're an immigration professional yourself. The door is open. Walk through it carefully. And then, there's Germany. The country I saved for last because when I read the fine print, I genuinely stopped and reread it twice. In June 2024, Germany launched something called the Chancenkarte. In English, the Opportunity Card. And here is the sentence that stopped me cold. You do not need a job offer to apply. Read that again. Germany, the fourth largest economy in the world, home to Mercedes, Siemens, Bosch, and SAP, will give you a 1-year residency permit to job hunt inside the country, based entirely on a points system. Points are awarded for your age, your professional qualification, your language ability, and whether you have any prior connection to Germany. You don't need to be fluent in German. Basic language ability, or in some cases, none, can still be enough, depending on your other points. And here's the number behind all of this. Germany needs 400,000 skilled workers every single year to sustain its economy, according to the Federal Employment Agency's 2024 report. 400,000 per year. That's not a talent shortage. That's a talent emergency. Nur Fadhila is 32. She's a nurse from Johor. When she first heard about the Chancenkart, she didn't believe it applied to her. She had a nursing degree from a Malaysian university. No German language skills. No German job offer. No European connections. She had her qualifications assessed. She calculated her points. She submitted her application. She was approved. She moved to Stuttgart. She found work at a hospital within 4 months. She's now on a track to permanent residency within 2 years. And Germany's permanent residency leads directly to EU freedom of movement, meaning eventually the entire European Union opens up to her. I kept thinking someone would tell me I'd made a mistake, she said. No one ever did. Germany's healthcare system is one of the best in the world. Public transport is extraordinary. Childcare is subsidized. And once you're in, really in, the stability is unlike anything Malaysia can currently offer at the same cost of living. Now, there is a real challenge here, and I won't hide it. The Chancenkart application is detailed. Document requirements are specific. Your qualifications must be officially recognized through Germany's formal recognition process. And due to massive demand, processing times are backed up. Some applicants are waiting 6 to 10 months. But here's your concrete first step. Go to make-it-in-germany.com. It's the German government's official immigration portal, and use their free points calculator. It takes 8 minutes. It tells you exactly where you stand. No consultant fee. No commitment. Just information. 8 minutes to find out if Germany is already waiting for you. 7 countries. 7 open doors. Georgia if you want cheap and easy. Portugal if you want tax-smart and coastal. Albania if you want Europe on a budget. Hungary if you want fast-tracked and growing. Malta if you want family-first and English-speaking. Japan if you want cultural intensity and professional premium. And Germany if you want the most powerful long-term life change on this entire list. None of these require you to abandon Malaysia. None require you to give up your passport. Many of them let you come back every year, keep your family connected, and still build something extraordinary somewhere else. The question isn't whether you can go. The question is why you haven't looked seriously yet. Germany is handing out opportunity cards to people with no job and no language skills, just a degree and ambition. Malaysia produces some of the most qualified, English-fluent, globally adaptable professionals in all of Southeast Asia. So here's what I want to know. Drop your profession in the comments right now. Are you in healthcare? Tech? Finance? Education? Trades? Tell me what you do, and I'll personally reply and tell you which country on this list is your best match. Because this isn't about leaving Malaysia. It's about knowing your options. And right now, your options are better than you think.